morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my business partner and co-host, James Mason. Good morning, James. How you doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Have you been following this macro news that's affecting our daily lives here in the United States?
Yeah.
So what do you think of it?
Well, you can sum it up with one word: manipulation. And I'm only talking about it in terms of the stock market.
Oh, I was talking about the black Supreme Court justice that Biden just recently, the female black Supreme Court justice that Biden nominated.
Oh, that one. I heard some stuff about it, but I haven't looked into it. Honestly, I don't care. But
I knew you didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah. All right. So let's kind of just talk about yesterday in the market.
Well, that was fun. The futures were down 800 points, and
the SPY was sitting at. Golly, let me look again just to double check. SPY was sitting at 410, and I actually, we spoke about this yesterday, talking about how bullish of a daily candle. Let me just share my chart. Let's see. All right, so here's the SPY. Here's yesterday's. Let me turn the volume off right here. Here's yesterday's daily candlestick. And when I was talking to Todd about this, I said, just like looking back, and I was just like trying to skim over the years, and I was zooming in and all this, and I was like, I think today was the most bullish day that the SPY has ever had in terms of like a full candle like this. And just by chance, Todd, I actually was on Twitter, and I came across another. I wouldn't say he's a trader; he's more of like an economist, but he actually was talking something similar about this, and it gave me the answer that I needed. And there's actually only been 3 times in the history of the stock market to where the SPY has made a move just like this. 3 times on the daily chart in all the history of the stock market.
So it took off when Biden started talking about the Ukraine-Russia issue. Like, he brought confidence to the marketplace.
It wasn't retail traders buying. It wasn't institutions. Like, the Fed just announced that they increased their balance sheet. So, I mean, if we look at the U.S. 10-year yield, what's up? All right. If we look, this is the wrong thing. Hold on. All right, here's the right one. All right, so if we look at this 10-year yield, and let me, you know what? We're gonna get fancy. We're gonna pull up the SPY as well. Hold on.
Whoa.
We'll have the SPY on this left side. I know. And here we are, 10-year yield. All right, so we have them both on the same time frame. So right over here, guys, to the left is the SPY on the 5-minute, and to the right here is the 10-year yields. So these yields, when they go up, the market should be pulling down hardcore, and vice versa. It's inverse on the market. And the reason why is because when rates go up, it's, people are not wanting to, companies are not wanting to get loans, things like that, and pay more. So there's going to be less money in the market. So, I mean, we can see this pattern. If I zoom out just a little bit, it's literally following each other. I mean, these yields, whoever's following who, it don't matter. But it's almost the same daggone pattern right here. And that's a good indication that the Fed is buying it up. Now, why are they buying it up? I mean, it's kind of like we said, which, I mean, it's complete bullcrap, but it's to keep that cushion for their March rate increase. I mean, I can't think of anything else. Like, why the hell would you want to buy the market up under these conditions? But nonetheless, they are, and they just announced that that they were. So looking at yesterday, I mean, good Lord, like, how do you have such a freaking gap down? And it's getting hammered. And then all of a sudden, everything is just like, whoops, nope, we're gonna make one of the most bullish runs on the SPY of all time. Over nothing. There was nothing at all.
So I'm wondering how many shorts got destroyed yesterday.
I say a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no telling. I'm so sick and tired of. I'm so sick and tired of this fair market for retail traders. It's not fair at all. I mean, it's kind of like being in an abusive relationship, and then the abuser is just like, "You're lucky I love you so much," and then the other person on the receiving end is like, "This doesn't really feel like love."
I was going to say it's kind of like going to a gunfight with a knife.
I think my analogy is better though.
Okay.
But I mean, sometimes, dude, the manipulation is just so ridiculous. Like, you just have to shake your head at it now and laugh. Like, it's just like, what the hell? And again, like, I know people are gonna be like, why would you fight the Fed? Why won't you be going long? And here's your freaking answer, guys. This right here. Because like I said to you guys multiple weeks ago, and I said it so much, and literally I'm saying the same shit that I said then. The moment that you think the Fed is going to come in is the moment that they don't come in, and this happens right here.
Yeah.
So they were just coming in to save it. So why don't I fight the Fed? Because I know better than to trust the government and to wait on them.
So you and I had a conversation yesterday afternoon near the market close. We were talking about the day and how difficult it is to trade this market. And I think it's really important the market's tradable, but you literally have to, when you get into profit, you have to think about an earlier exit than normal. Maybe your target price is, instead of looking for a $2.50, $3 move on a large cap, maybe you're only taking $1.50 or $1.25, and you're shorting your potential profit. But it's better to have small profits than large losses. Or because, like, if you were sitting there in a position yesterday after President Biden started talking, and SPY just goes, and you had some puts that were near break even or close to break even, you're just screwed at that point. So you have to recognize when you have profit and when to cash out.
Oh, well, that's the hardest thing to understand, because I mean, with me, like, I'm not trading for pennies, but at the same time, like, I don't want to take massive losses. Like, I just want to trade with what the charts give me, and it sucks when the Fed just comes in to manipulate shit. I mean, hell, like, I literally, like, right here yesterday. So I bought a SPY put, and I'm not getting heavy swinging these options. So right now I have 2 puts in SPY, and I'm just going to let it do what it should do. But right here yesterday, so I already have 1 put, and right here, my plan was to let it go up to 426 before adding another one. Well, it started rolling over. I mean, it was rolling over hard at this point. I mean, we can see that literally it was breaking down below that 90 MA right here. If we look at the MACD, I mean, it was rolling over hard to the point to where it actually had I'll zoom in a little bit more, had a significant gap down on the MACD, which usually signals this thing is about ready to unload. And look what happened next. Boom.
Trick you.
Yeah, for no reason at all. Not at all. And that's because the Fed is buying in the market. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm still hardcore bearish on the market, just because, I mean, everything that's going on. I mean, the reason why this happened right here.
Yeah, you've got, I mean, I don't know how you cannot be bearish. There's a war going on, which we know that's going to have a negative impact. And we know there's a federal interest rate hike coming. So until we see some clarity on the Russia-Ukraine situation, and until we know what that first hike's going to be, it's hard not to be either on the sidelines or bearish. I mean, it would be very challenging for anyone to truly be bullish right now.
Yeah. So
let's go to comments. We haven't hit comments in a couple days. Let's go through and catch up on some comments. This is our Friday show. It's the end of the week.
Yeah. Hey, we can talk about if you want to the issue with getting out of a trade, broker issues.
Yeah. So I'll share that. Yesterday morning, because the market was such a flux, the opening bell at 9:30, there was so much volatility and so much action going on. My trading platform, and I know that TD Ameritrade had issues that the order flow and the servers couldn't handle it, and to the point where I entered a quick short into Tesla. And at the bell, it took a big spike, so I went short on it, and I was sitting in about $400 profit, and my platform locked up, where I couldn't get out of the trade. And by the time I exited out of my platform, got back in, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm $1,200 in the hole, so I had a $1,600 swing, and that pissed me off because I would have been like $400 up in seconds for a quick profit, and now I'm into a grind. And if you look at Tesla yesterday, it just ground up, and so only through the power of scaling in was I able to turn that F up into I had like a $626 day yesterday.
Yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't even your fault. It wasn't your mistake at all.
Correct. And later in the afternoon, when I called my broker to ask about it, they point to the trading platform. I didn't even call the trading platform. I just said, in the future, what do I do to solve this problem? And they said, well, you can call us immediately and we'll process a manual transaction for you immediately. The problem is that they were flooded with phone calls between 9:31 and 9:40. I mean, this was like a real problem. And so I know that I wasn't the only one that was bothered by it. On Twitter, I saw some comments that people were complaining about it. So,
and like,
not only is the market against us, we also have to deal with these issues. If your equipment's not up to par, they have an overload of servers. I mean, these are real issues that affect you.
And it's ridiculous, though, that the actual physical trading platform that you use, it's literally their job, and they also register with the SEC to be able to have these platforms, that it's their job to make sure you can execute those orders. And when you can't execute those orders and you take a loss, especially when you were in profit and their system is so screwed up that you can't get out, and then you start hitting red, they don't want to honor paying you back the money. They act like, well, sorry. Like they should be responsible.
Yeah, I don't know how and I'm trying to be objective in my next few words. I don't know how they could truly do that, because I'm trading a few shares and maybe James is trading a few hundred shares, and our new member here who's on I see you made a comment this morning, maybe she's trading a few thousand shares. And so how do we go there and say, well, I was going to sell at that price. I didn't truly have an order in. I was trying to get an order in, but my whole screen locked up. I think it would be hard for them to truly, they would go out of business, honestly. I think they would go out of business if they were dealing with that.
I know it's been years. I had an issue and I called up complaining. It was kind of something similar. Not to that degree though, but their only excuse in the end to deflect from taking responsibility was, you should have had a stop loss in place. And I'm like, I shouldn't. And I told him straight up, I said, I shouldn't be required to have a stop loss in place just for the sole fact that your platform may not work.
Yeah, and we know that from look at Fun and GME and AMC, stop losses always don't get executed. Sometimes they get skipped over.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, there's no guarantee with that either. It's just another factor that you have to put into your considerations. And I mean, so in hindsight, as I replayed what happened to me yesterday, I could have called, got through to my broker sometime between my first try or my 10th try to get through, and I could have just taken the loss and been down a few hundred to $1,000. I mean, at one point I was down almost $2,000 trying to get out of that trade. So, and if my account took a $2,000 hit, I'm going to survive. But I'm not trying to take $2,000 hits.
Well, yeah, it just sucks though that you would have. Well, it sucks you went into the red when you were trying to cash out when you were in the green and
right.
you weren't able to.
All yeah.
Right, so I guess we can hit the comments really quickly. As for like really stocks and trades to look at today, guys, I'm not calling out anything. The market is so manipulated right now, and especially with it being a Friday going into the weekend with everything that's taking place. I wouldn't be surprised if something major just doesn't happen over the weekend and it really pulls the market down. That's just my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
You know what would be funny? What would be funny is that Russia comes to the table, does the old apology, oopsie doozy, and then the market dumps when they're pulling out.
It's like
we'd be here talking about it, laughing about it, because like that's just how crazy the market's
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
the market is pretty much going to do the opposite of what you expect. But then when it does what it should, they come in and manipulate it, and it just screws everybody up. It screws up all the contracts, and maybe that's what they were doing here. Like, we have a ton of contracts expiring today on the SPY. So maybe they were trying to, at one point yesterday, there were 3 times the amount of put contracts for the SPY than there were call contracts. So maybe they were just trying to sweep up those premiums, not let them cash out and profit. And yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's just speculation for me. There's no way I can actually prove that.
Yeah.
When you control the entire system and you manipulate it at the same time, like, we can point out all day long where we feel like they're manipulating it, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. I hate to say that.
So we're about 9 minutes to the start of the market, so we'll go through. John, thank you for all the little news clips you put in there. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Matilda. Good morning, Jessica Perez DeLone. She's a Michigan friend. Recon, Randy. Good morning. Good morning, Tony. Jason, good morning. Good morning, Karen, Rob. Ryan Saw, you're welcome.
Oh, I saw a news article this morning talking about Elon Musk, his SEC probe, where he's trying to sue the SEC for leaking information about him and his company. And some analyst was trying to bash him essentially and say that he doesn't understand what's going on. And I don't know, they were just trying to like take a dig at him, and something to do about his level of understanding. And I'm just like, you do realize that, one, he's a billionaire. He has the best damn attorneys. So chances are those attorneys are good enough to understand what is actually going on here. And he probably has a case against SEC if this billionaire with his expensive ass attorneys are pursuing this. 2, he's a certified genius. So you're trying to talk shit about a certified genius. Like, okay, buddy, how smart are you?
Right.
Are you a billionaire? I mean, did you literally create everything from the ground up? No, you didn't. You're a freaking analyst getting paid your $80,000 a year to write bullshit. And then I was just thinking, I was like, man, wouldn't it be great if Elon Musk twisted this on Twitter, shared that comment from the analyst about how basically this analyst was trying to say he just couldn't. It was kind of like derogatory. Like, they didn't come out and say he can't mentally understand this, but it was really pressing on that issue. If I was Elon, I'd come out and say, "You're just trying to make fun of me because I'm autistic," and let Twitter handle it at that point. Because if you don't know, Elon Musk is autistic. He even came out and said it.
Did he say he's autistic, or did he say he was on the spectrum? There's a small difference there.
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah,
to be sure. I took it as he straight up said that he was autistic. So
he might. He might be, but he has signs of Asperger's.
I mean, my bad. Asperger's.
Yeah.
Sorry if anybody got offended. Not that I care, but I just have to be real. I can't lie. Yeah, Asperger's. Thank y'all for correcting me, even though we just said it and y'all were like.
Karen, thank you. Ryan, thank you. Appreciate it. I wish I could give you guys a like button or a little heart button. I would say it there.
But yeah, that's what I would do if I was Elon. I would hit them with that just to play that damn role. And like, because really, like, what if you were the analyst and someone came back saying, "Oh yeah, you're just trying to say this. You're trying to make fun of me because I have Asperger's." I mean, you're going to be backpedaling with the way that today's society is, and how everybody's just looking for a reason to get triggered. You know, the analysts would get torn to shreds, especially by Elon Musk, his following. But I just thought that was kind of comical.
All right, we're 5 minutes.
Thank you for the tip, sir.
Oh yeah, Brian, nice job. Thank you.
Why is this not? Oh, I think we were hitting it at the same time.
We did.
Okay. Let's see.
So somebody asked for a dad joke. It's National Nut Day today. So here's my dad joke.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't it National Nut Day the other day?
It was Almond Day, buddy. And that's where we made the joke about nut juice.
Man,
Kalina,
this week is literally nuts.
Yeah. So where do nuts buy their gas for their vehicles?
I don't know where.
At the Shell station.
that was good. That was good. But like, I'll be honest, Todd. When you're coming off of the nut juice one, it's, you know, you could say another great one, but when you're coming off of one that good,
I know. I thought the Shell station was going to be an easy one, but.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna go and wrap it up today. Honestly, I'm not trading at all. I have 2 puts on SPY. You know, it's just kind of like flipping a damn coin at this point. Screw it. We'll see what happens. Come back to this Monday and pick up from there. So we appreciate y'all tuning in today. Remember, trade safe, trade smart. I mean, I don't know if you can actually trade smart in this market because nothing makes sense anymore. But
real quick, Matilda, I'm really sorry. You are right. It looks like you're an expert on nuts there. Today's National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. So
for the record, we know who this is. This is not some random person we're talking to. Okay.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in today, and we will see y'all on Monday.